She could hardly believe it as she stood in the busy street, the phone pressed to her ear. It felt like a dream, but it was real. She had made it. Amaka was offered a job as a nurse at one of the hospitals in Lagos. The joy she felt was overwhelming. She had worked so hard, and now it was all paying off. She couldn't wait to call her parents and share the good news. They had been worried about her, but now, she would finally be able to send them the money she had promised, and more. She could already imagine their faces lighting up with pride. The next few years at the hospital were everything Amaka had hoped for. She was respected by her colleagues, loved by her patients, and paid well enough to take care of herself in Lagos. The first few months were tough, and she had to adjust to the fast-paced environment, but soon, she settled in. She found a small apartment in a quieter part of the city, and every month, she sent money back to her parents. She felt proud knowing that her hard work was making a difference in her family's life. But just as she was getting comfortable, just as everything seemed to be falling into place, a new opportunity appeared on the horizon. It was bigger than anything she had ever imagined. It was a quiet afternoon at the hospital, the kind of day when the usual rush had settled into a calm lull. Nurses moved quietly through the hallways, checking on patients, filling out reports, and going about their routine tasks. Amaka had just finished her rounds when a sleek, black luxury car pulled up outside the hospital entrance. The car was so pristine, so polished, that it caught the attention of everyone nearby. The car door opened, and out stepped a woman in her late 30s. She was dressed elegantly, her hair styled perfectly, and her demeanor was one of confidence and power. She was the kind of woman who commanded attention without saying a word. Amaka watched her as she walked towards the entrance, her heels clicking against the hospital floor. The woman was quickly escorted by the receptionist to the nurse's station, and Amaka, who was still at her desk, couldn't help but notice her. Something in the woman's stride, the way she carried herself, told Amaka that she was no ordinary visitor. Her curiosity was piqued. Minutes later, the woman approached her. The woman smiled softly, but it didn't quite reach her eyes. "I've heard a lot about you. You're known for your skill, your dedication. I need your help, Nurse Amaka." Amaka blinked, surprised. "Of course, I'll do whatever I can."